I never, ever do anything for goodness sake.
Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that subscribe, like, share this video because we are still shadow banned by the YouTube algorithm. We're trying to push up in there. Also support us on our other social media platforms, ODYSEE and BitChute, as we have exclusive content on both of those social media platforms. Check it out. You'll see the little exclusive logo on the thumbnail itself to know which ones are exclusive to the site. Well, I kind of held back a little bit. I want to see how this went. You know, I did a video which we didn't put out, but we've discussed this a little bit in some of our other videos. Netflix's He-Man series, which is being done by Kevin Smith, which is Masters of the Universe Revelations. There is a new trailer out. And, you know, YouTube has been warning you. They have been warning you. Insiders have been warning certain YouTubers like Clownfish TV, and they've been mocked at, told that, no, this is not the way. Even Kevin Smith says, no, this is not the way the storyline is going to go. But what we're seeing from Netflix, what we're seeing from descriptions of the series, what we're seeing from, it's the direction that everyone's been warning about, including this new trailer that is out. And it really shows what this series is going to base on. And it's Teela. The series alone is touted, not He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. It's touted as Masters of the Universe Revelation. That alone should throw you warning signs on there. And like a couple of people are saying, you know, it's probably going to be He-Man in the beginning and He-Man at the end. Plain and simple. And this is what you see in the trailer itself. I mean, you see what they did to Teela. You see what they're doing to a lot of the characters, everything that's around. I mean, it's amazing how someone who made this series and said, no, Teela is not the hero of the series. It's not based on her. But yet, everybody that's been putting out a lot of the content that's out there, and I'm not talking only YouTubers, a lot of the media that has been putting out articles on this are saying the same thing. I mean, take for example, here's the press release. Here is the actual press release on what it says. It begins, the war for Eternia culminates in the Masters of the Universe Revelation, an innovative and action-packed animated series that picks up where the iconic characters left off decades ago. Kevin Smith, you've never seen it. You may have seen it more recently, but you didn't see it back then. And probably not all the episodes. After a cataclysmic battle between He-Man and Skeletor, Eternia is fractured and the Guardians of Grayskull are scattered. It continues. It concludes after decades of the secrets torn them apart. It's up to Teela.
I fucking knew it! Oh!
To reunite the broken band of heroes and solve the mystery of the missing Sword of Power in a race against time to restore Eternia and to prevent the end of the universe. You know, I mean, okay, let's put it in this perspective. How does it look? How does the animation look? It looks excellent. It looks very good. You know, we're not knocking on the animation. The animation looks fantastic. But the storyline, the story is not sounding proper. It is not sounding like a He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Because it would be He-Man. It would be He-Man to put this back together again. Because he is the main character of the show. And it's insane how people are just, there are certain, this is Hollywood again. They're pushing that says, no, there's nothing to see here. They're Frank Drebin from Police Squad. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see at all. But yet, there's plenty to see here. And we're seeing the same thing over and over again. I discussed in another video, I saw the Tomorrow War. Not the greatest movie ever, but a hell of a lot better than what's out there. The acting was good. The special effects were decent. The creature effect, I like the creature effects. J.K. Simmons, oh my God! I mean, he bulked up for this movie. He looked like a Santa Claus with muscles on him. That's the way it looked like to me. But the plot line, it kind of, the one thing about it is time travel stories are always hard to write, because you got to be careful. There's a fine line between the science fiction itself and science, because you got to be careful what you put in there. So that's why shows like Doctor Who were very successful in the past.
Spoilers.
Spoilers? What spoilers?
Because how they wrote the science fiction. Because they had some people in there that were very good science fiction writers. Today, you have ideologists that are writing these stories now. People with political agendas, diversity, critical race theory, all this stuff that's all wrapped together in a fine bow that they want to throw at you and call it entertainment. They don't understand what entertainment is. They just literally want to sit there, crap out stuff, and call it a movie or a TV series. Tarantino said in an interview, the art is, it's not artwork anymore, it's ideology. And he's right, he's absolutely right. And, I believe he also said, that basically I think we're going to go through another renaissance again. Like in the 80s and 90s. We went through a renaissance of great filmmaking and television and making great TV series on there. We have the third part this week of our 3-part series on Saturday Pre-Flight, talking about the 90s independent programming. How Hollywood took a chance on independent programming, and most of them were successful. I mean, this week we're doing P10, the Primetime Network, which was basically shows like Babylon 5. Babylon 5, one of the greatest science fiction series of all time. But made by Michael Straczynski. A great series, well done, great characters, memorable characters. And it did delve a little bit into politics, but it did it right. It did it right. It delved into politics, it did it into religion. It dealt with a lot of issues that would be faced in a futuristic time when you're dealing with multiple races with different ideologies and stuff like that. And J. Michael did it right. And this is what's happening. I mean, we're already seeing other issues. We have a video coming out talking about Courage the Cowardly Dog. They're doing a crossover with Scooby-Doo. And guess what? The creators and the staff of the series has nothing to do with it. They had a reboot in the works and it was denied. It was refused by Cartoon Network. Instead, Warner went over their heads, had a movie written with the characters. I think 1 or 2 of the voice actors that are involved with it, but that's it. That's it. Period. And this is from some of my insiders. They say no. We had, the creator. He went on Twitter and said, "I have nothing to do with this movie. Nothing to do with it at all." This is what happens. This is when, when you touch stuff that's older, like He-Man. I mean, there are a lot of people that weren't into He-Man. They thought it was a bit gayish and stuff like that. It looked a little the way some of those episodes went a bit, like, well, yeah. But it was a great series. It was good adventure. The toys sold. Ask the companies, ask Mattel, ask everybody who was involved in the manufacturing end of this business who put out some great product then. Some great product. You have the newer ones, which it looks good. The older stuff it's fantastic. I mean, you had some great characters back then. And the She-Ra series also. You see what they did to the She-Ra series on Netflix. And this is the thing, is that they want to push these things forward. They're like saying, well, women are not in the movie. They're not shown as powerful characters in movies. Bullshit. They have been for a long time in the history of movies and television. They lying to you. We can go through a history of broadcast television, of movies, and that has had strong women. This is the same thing with minorities. They said, well, we've never had, until we got Black Panther, we've never had a black superhero. What the fuck? You forget about Wesley Snipes in Blade? You forget about the Mantis TV series that was out there? You forget about the Luke Cage Netflix TV series that was out there? It is the stupidity. This is stupidity that it just, the ignorance, the insanity, the political agendas that these people have in this business. On our Allison Mack video that we did, we discussed how much of a cult Hollywood is. All these people that are working on there that spews all this out, and they belong to cults, a lot of them. Movies and televisions are artwork. Always been. And then you have Kevin Smith, who created some great movies. Loved Clerks, loved Dogma. Yeah, how is it? Hey Kevin, how easy is it getting your Dogma back from the Weinsteins? How you lose something like that to a big company? This is why you have the Predator lawsuit. This is exactly why you have the Predator lawsuit, because you have the creators out there who's gotten screwed over by the big companies, by Hollywood itself, by Disney, by Paramount, what they've done to Star Trek. Look at all this stuff that's been going on, and you say to yourself, some people go like, you're blowing air and stuff like that. No, look at what's going on. Look at the ratings of the TV series. Go over to the CW. Look at the ratings of their TV shows. Most of their TV shows are under 500,000 viewers. 20 years ago, if that was happening on a TV show, immediately the network would cancel that show right there and then. Right there and then, if it was on the major networks. There are TV shows in the 90s on the independent stations that used to be the CW. I mean, that was before the CW was doing much better in the ratings than some of the shows that are on there now. Superman and Lois, so far, they've taken a break. Let's see how this ends this season. So far has been doing fantastic. It has been a good storyline. There's a couple little tweak issues that I have, but hey, listen, I could pass that over. I could pass that over in itself. But this I can't pass over. Will I watch the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe? This Masters of the Universe? I might. I don't know. I'm just very disappointed in Kevin Smith. Like I said, great movies that he's made in the past. I think it has to, honestly, You want me to be honest? I think ever since after his heart attack, he had a complete change. How that happened after the heart attack, I don't know. But it seems like it looks back right at that point. At that point. You know, his films have been faltering. Look at the last couple of films he has. Has it done well? No, not really. Not really at all. What happened to the guy that basically was chastising ABC on the audio commentary of the Clerks animated series?
Cartoon the whole time, and I'm in the elevator. There's sort of 4 or 5 of us in there. One of the network accountants says,
Was he the accountant? What
No,
was
he's
he?
a lawyer. He's a business
fucking
affairs guy.
I
Jerk
don't know
off,
what he was,
fucking
but he
thin
almost
mustached fucking lawyer. Go on.
but we're in there, and he very sarcastically says to whoever he's with, "Oh, I get it. Jay and Silent Bob were drawing the cartoon. Ha ha ha."
And at that point, we requested he never be allowed to another read, but
And
we
so
never had
the
another
joke was
read.
on us.
I mean, they slant. If you have the DVD version with the commentary, if you haven't gotten it yet, get it. I think you can find a couple of bits of it on YouTube. It is hysterical. It's hysterical. I mean, they're cursing out even the lawyers, the guys who are handling the content, handling the censorship on some of the characters on there. Like Jay and Silent Bob were mischief makers in the animated series, not drug dealers. They took away the drug section and they had them as, because we can't have that on Prime TV, on Prime Network. Yeah, if it was done today, there'd be still drug dealers. That was the fun of it. That was the hysterical moments of it, is that they were able to get into the mischief because of the drugs, that they were drug dealers. You know, they're hanging out in front of the store. Why are they always hanging out in front of the store? To make mischief all the time? No. I mean, even though, I'll tell you honestly, the animated series was funny. What they were able to develop in the animated series, they did very well. With what they were able to use with, you know, versus what the board was not letting them do. And that's why I said that was his talent back then. What happened to that talent? It's pretty much gone. It's pretty much gone. And if this holds out to be not popular at all, there you go, right there. You should, Kevin, you should walk away right now. You should walk away. And don't lie to the fans. Don't freaking lie to the fans. You know, if you want to say, hey, listen, I wrote it about Teela and stuff like that because Teela back then was supposed to be the sorceress's daughter and stuff like that. Yeah, focus on that more than what you're doing on this. You could have done the story as, you know, she becoming the replacement of the sorceress. Maybe you are going to put it this way, but the way it looks in the trailer, it's not heading in that direction. It looks awful. Not the animation, but the storyline. So we'll see in a couple of days what this will look like. Thank you for tuning in. Once again, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share. Be sure to check out ODYSEE and BitChute for exclusive content. Thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye now.